Hi everyone, Angie here from Pear Collections. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Style Tips and Tricks. Today I've come on to share 3 tips that we use all the time for Pear Collections when we're creating our range and all the time when we're discussing styling options with our customers. These are 3 tips for balancing out your curves. Now, when you're a pear-shaped woman, finding clothing that suits our curves isn't always easy, simply because the fashion industry doesn't create garments to fit our bodies. Let me say that again. The fashion industry don't create clothing to fit our bodies. We are not the typical we're not the typical way to create clothing. And there's no reason behind it other than it's just always been done that way. There's no other reason besides that. The way that we create clothing has always just been done catered more towards rectangular body shapes, not pears. So typically this is why when you go shopping, you have a lot of issues trying to find something that actually fits. It has nothing to do with you, and it has everything to do with the fashion industry's failure to provide clothing for you. I'm going to say it again. It has nothing to do with you. There is nothing wrong with you. It is just the fact that the fashion industry still only creates garments for typically one body type. And it isn't us. So what we're going to discuss here is go and just show you our 3 top tips that will help you naturally showcase your curves while just make it easier for you to go on shopping trips to actually find something successful that you love. All right, rule number 1 for creating a proportional look for your body is making sure that you're always thinking about balancing out your curves. What I mean by this is every time you're looking at garments in the shops, you want to make sure that you're always trying to make your bottom half look smaller and your top half really refined, while always accentuating that tiny waist of yours. So how do you do that? To balance out your curves, typically do more accessory base and more va-va-voom up top, and then simpler, really refined, well-fitting garments on the bottom, typically in the darker colors as well. Why do we do this? Because it helps accentuate and really show off what we have on the bottom half of our body while drawing the attention up to our smaller part of our body and ultimately our faces to help balance things out. Number 2, similar to what I just said, always focus on drawing the eye up to your face. You're a human being, and when you talk to people, you want them to actually talk to you, not talk to your hips, your legs, your ankles, your waist. You want them to talk to you and engage with you. So when you're looking for clothing, always think about, yes, you want to show off your assets, but you want them to be talking to you, not your assets. So you want to make sure you're always drawing the attention up to your beautiful face, whether that's having special earrings, necklaces, doing open necklines, deep V necklines. You ultimately always want to be going in focusing on creating that pear-shaped arrow almost right to your face. So you always want people's face to go ta-da up to your face. It's a really big and important aspect. And as you get more and more comfortable and confident doing it, it'll win every time. My final and 3rd top tip for helping you balance your curves and really show off your beautiful pear-shaped body is to think about color and how it can flatten your curves. So what I mean by this is color means a lot. It does a lot visually to our eyes. So sadly, as a pear-shaped woman, you should probably stick away from fluoros, pastels, whites, all on the bottom half of your body. Simply because that color is going to make your curves look even bigger, and not in a good way. So keep the florals, keep the pastels, keep the pricey, awesome prints for the top half of your body. Because not only will they show off your body, show off your tiny waist, but they'll bring your eyes up again to your face while keeping more solid and darker shades on the bottom of your body to not just really flatten them out, but to complement them in a way that isn't going to make them look quote unquote gross. Because that typically is what happens when we feel really self-conscious about our looks, is that we have the wrong color that's showing off the negatives about our curves and not the positives. Well, really well-refined, bottoms that are of the darker colored nature can really show them off in a positive way. To learn more about balancing out your curves as a pear-shaped woman, please feel free to click the link in this description. It will give you a really great breakdown on how you can do it and how you can just learn to make the most of your beautiful curves. As always, guys, please like, comment, share, subscribe, everything to our pear community. We love having you involved, and most importantly, love your curves.